Hello everyone and welcome to another historic video. So last time we took a look at a card called Racketeer Boss, and we've realized that Racketeer Boss is incredibly synergistic with Bone Crusher Giant and Lovestruck Beast. So we're gonna be doing similar stuff with Racketeer Boss, but this time we are a combo deck. We're gonna try to storm off with Racketeer Boss and Grinning Ignis to deal infinite damage. So let's take a closer look at the deck. So this is an infinite storm deck. In Temur colors, the only reason we're playing green is due to having Racketeer Boss, but Racketeer Boss is a key component in this deck. We have just enough green to cast Racketeer Boss on curve. But before we get into like nitty gritty, let me explain the combo real quick. So if you play Racketeer Boss with Grinning Ignis, what happens is you give the ability when you cast a spell, create a treasure token. So every time you cast Grinning Ignis, you're making a treasure token. And what Grinning Ignis says is that you can pay 1 mana and you can return it to your owner's hand and add 3 mana. So you're paying 3 mana, you're generating 1 treasure, and you use that treasure to return Grinning Ignis to your hand, and you get the mana back to recast Grinning Ignis onto the battlefield. So effectively, you can keep casting Grinning Ignis back into your hand over and over again, but you're not generating mana just yet. But sometimes you don't even need to, because if you have 2 mana left over, since Grinning Ignis, putting it onto battlefield and putting it into your hand doesn't cost any mana. So all you need is 2 mana left over for you to Grape Shot for infinite damage, because your storm count is infinite at this point. But let's say you don't have Grape Shot in your hand, but you have infinite mana to go through your deck, then you can use things like Big Score, Unexpected Windfall, or even Fey of Wishes. But you might be wondering how you get infinite mana. So that's where Burgi comes in, or another Racketeer Boss comes in. If you have another Racketeer Boss, then you can give another treasure making ability to the Grinning Ignis, right? So every time you cast Grinning Ignis, you're making 2 treasures at a time. Or if you don't have another Racketeer Boss and if you have Burgi instead, every time you cast Grinning Ignis, you're gonna generate a red mana from Burgi. So now you have infinite mana. And if you haven't realized yet, we're playing Fey of Wishes, Brazen Borrower, and Bone Crusher Giant in our deck, and there's actually a good reason for this, and that's because we're playing Racketeer Boss. When you give adventure creatures the ability to create a treasure when you cast a spell, that means you can create a treasure when you stomp with Bone Crusher Giant, for instance, and when you play the giant out as a 3 mana creature. So you generate 2 treasure tokens from a single card. But aside from that, let me go over the sideboard quickly for Fey of Wishes. So the Pact of Negation is for if you think your opponent has a counter spell and you play Fey of Wishes and they don't happen to counter your Fey of Wishes, then you can grab Pact of Negation instead first. Because if you have infinite mana with Grinning Ignis, you can just wish with Fey of Wishes for any card that you want infinitely. And then we got 1 copy of Tormod's Crypt for graveyard decks. Then you got 1 more copy of Negate if Pact of Negation is not enough. Then you have a copy of Grape Shot as our 3rd Grape Shot. And then you got a copy of Regrowth to get back any card that we want from the graveyard to the battlefield. If your opponent happened to Thoughtseize away your Grinning Ignis that was already attached with the ability from the Racketeer Boss, since it's perpetual, even if Grinning Ignis goes to the graveyard, the ability still sticks, so it can still create treasure if you play Grinning Ignis. And I'm not sure about the Anger of Gods. I just have it in there because I don't know what to put it in the sideboard. And a copy of Mind's Desire to go through your entire deck. But anyways, that's all I have to say about the deck. This deck is basically a prototype. I just saw that interaction between the Racketeer Boss and Grinning Ignis seems pretty powerful with the adventure cards as well. So I just threw it together to see if it works. So we're about to find out. So stay tuned if you are interested in taking a look. I'll be jumping into unranked game because, I'm not confident enough to go into Mythic Ladder with this deck yet. I'll be jumping into Best out of 1 Unranked for some games to see how the deck does. And if you guys enjoyed the video so far, leave a like, comment below. And if you have any suggestions about the deck, comment below as well. And let's head on over. Okay, Expressive Iteration and Bone Crusher Giant. Also a Voltage Surge, definitely a keep for sure. And I'm playing against a red deck. Whew. Oh, it's not a red deck. Boros. Boros. That keeps passing. Let's fire off Express Federation. I think I might actually just take... Yeah, I mean, I have big score already. I'm probably just gonna take the Ignis. I do have to discard, unfortunately. Since my opponent also is not really doing anything. Will they play something? Nope. Okay, let's just leave up mana for a big score. I mean, if the opponent's not doing anything, I'll eventually win. Guardian Idol? Okay, I think I'm gonna discard a Strangle, maybe? So that's a win, right? So you Racketeer Boss. Put it on the Grinning Ignis. And another Racketeer Boss. What's broken about this combo is they can't even really like interact with it. Right? Like, so like I play it, I generate two treasure tokens, and immediately I can just pay the mana cost to put it into my hand. There's no way they can interact with this. So that's infinite mana into infinite damage. Okay, so another fantastic hand. Giganta. Could be a burn deck. Could be a burn deck. I could also just fire off Grape Shot if opponent wants to play a 1/1. Or 1 toughness creature. Another Boros. Another Boros. Okay, I don't think I shock here because Kumano's giving +1/+1 to their creature, so more than likely their creature is gonna be a 3/3. So even if I shock, I just take 2 damage and I won't be able to kill anything. Okay, Thalia. So I wouldn't have been able to play a Voltage Surge anyways. They could have Mana Tithe, you know, Mana Tithe could be a thing, you know. So I'm just gonna fire off Voltage Surge. Maybe I'm being a little bit too careful, but... Another Thalia. Okay. I might actually just play Berg here. I mean, this completely walls them off. And I think they missed the land drop. Containment Priest. Okay, so opponent's playing like some sort of like a tax deck. So I think I'm just going to fire up Expressive Iteration here. Look for a land. Then we can use Voltage Surge to kill the Thalia. Ooh. Okay, so Racketeer Boss into my hand. And we do need a green source. So let's shock that in. We're gonna kill Thalia. And we pass the turn. Okay. GG's. Yeah, I'm playing against Gubbo. Could be a Goblin deck. And this is another fantastic hand. Let's play the Triumph first. And we leave up the Voltage Surge, and we play the Jawari as our... Another freaking life gain deck. Okay. As long as I don't see like Soul Warden, I'm okay with. Because the Soul Warden actually does ruin our combo. Since we do have to constantly bounce back Raining Ignis back into our hand and then put it onto battlefield. So if there's a Soul Warden, our combo gets immediately stopped. Also, mana base is kind of awkward. We can't leave a Voltage Surge. So if we play the Racketeer boss, this does open up them from like having a giant creature. We don't have the Voltage Surge up to kill their creature. But thankfully, opponent didn't have it. Opponent didn't have it. Nice, Brazen Borrower. So... we have infinite storm count, but no infinite mana yet. So I think we're just gonna pass for big score. And I just realized I just made a mistake. I forgot the Speaker of Heaven was on the battlefield. So we definitely should have killed the Speaker of Heaven on our turn, but it worked out. Now let's kill that. No, that card is dead. You gain a bunch of life. Okay. Got a bunch of interactions, so that's kind of nice still. Oh, I should have... I made another mistake. I should have killed their creature before this happened. Militia Bugler. Should I have Brazen Borrower? I don't think it makes sense. Let's just pass. Oh, that's actually such a good card. Okay, so we do have infinite mana now with Racketeer Boss. I think I put the Express Iteration to my hand. And then we're gonna play the Racketeer Boss here. This means that we are just one card away from comboing off. We do have infinite mana now, but I don't know what kind of card Expressive Iteration is gonna get for us. We could also try to flood the board too, but I think it's just better to wait. Voice of the Blessed, okay. Before the trigger goes off, we're gonna kill the Voice of the Blessed. Okay, we're gonna block. Now we're gonna try to combo off. So let's Express Iteration first. Does it matter? I don't think so, right? I guess it doesn't just hurt to just generate a bunch of infinite mana. Let's make some treasures first before we express iteration. Okay, so let's take a look. Okay, so we won. So we have infinite mana, and we can search anything from our sideboard with the Failed Wishes. That means we can go through our entire deck, or we could just kill them. Although my opponent's at 40 life, and it's gonna take a long time for us to storm off. So hopefully, my opponent just surrenders after seeing my desire. Actually, here is why why Mind's Desire is better than Grape Shot in this case. Because if we show them we have Mind's Desire, we show them that we can go through our entire deck. So it's like more threatening. But if we show Grape Shot, they might be kind of spiteful and then stay in until you have the 40 loop to deal 40 damage, right? That's kind of a big brain play. Bone Crusher Giant, Expressive Iteration, this is an easy keep. Gifted Etherborn. Okay. Dusk-Season Zealot. I might just Bone Crusher Giant this. I don't want to take too much damage, right? Let's Expressive Iteration. I think I would rather want to keep a big score, right? Because we have Failed Wishes. So we don't necessarily need Grape Shot. There's a Soren. So we need to win soon, and okay, that changes things. We can't actually, we don't have lethal, right? Because we actually need 5 mana to play these both at the same time. Okay. So let's Grinning. I mean Racketeer, these two. Not sure if we just play this out. I think I'm just gonna play it out. Kind of as like a pressure tool. Okay. That's kind of annoying, but... Okay, opponent's definitely just going in. You just want to go in as fast as possible. I think playing the Racketeer... Actually, it didn't matter in the end. Because they had Thoughtseize. And to be honest, I think you just get rid of big score here. Yeah. Don't think I got anything left, honestly. Yeah, it's probably game over. I think I played this game wrong. I needed to save the Fae of Wishes and got an anger or something. Wow. I think we can do better than this, right? No. These are all coming in tapped. That's way better. White bottom of Fae of Wish. Ketria Triumph. Okay. Red, blue, green. White. Oh, I see what's happening here. Okay, I don't believe I actually fire off Racketeer Boss here. This is my combo piece. I really want this to land on my combo piece. I see, it's that kind of deck. I don't have double blue. Rip. Well, that's playing against that kind of deck. I guess I just have to like rush it out. I think I'm just gonna play. I can't even play it right. I just want to put some pressure on because this. I guess I'm just not gonna have lands. If I just play the land better, I could have Brazen Borrower up and then just beating them down 3 damage every single turn. So definitely my mistake there. I just want 4 lands so I can play this. Okay. I could also just bounce that. I think I'm gonna go for the tempo play. Okay. Because I don't think I'm gonna be able to win late game, considering like I'm pretty far away from comboing. Still no combo pieces. Not good. Juari's Disruption. Nissa? Okay. Yeah, we're pretty far away from comboing right now. So I think we just lost. Decent hand. Got removal spells. Okay. That's a card. They decided not to play anything. That's good. That's fine by me. Football Crater. I think I'll take one more damage before deciding to kill anything. Scorch Spitter, sure. I'll definitely kill that one. That one does a lot of damage. Play the Juari. I think I still pass, right? I think we'll just kill this. What? Okay, that's kind of cute. Barge in. Okay, so we got the combo. We need one more mana and we win. Right? Because we can just go Grinning Ignis. They're probably gonna do the same trick again. Probably. We're at 9. Now we're at 10. Okay, there it is. Okay, we have the combo ready to go. We do have to survive though. We do have to survive. Burglar rat. This is actually interesting because I can play Failed Wishes next turn to block. I guess the worst card is Big Score actually. Herald of Banner. Okay, it's a good thing we play Failed Wishes. So let there be land, Expressive Iteration. Nice. Untap land too. I mean, without being able to shock. Okay, so I want another blue. So I'm gonna block this because now they're gonna pump. They use up all their mana. So I'm gonna just kill this. I take 2 damage, but tempo-wise, I think this is a success. Okay, I mean, if you just draw like this, just game over, right? So next turn I have lethal. And we'll shock this to Brazen Borrower as well. Yeah, rock, okay. That's cute. Sacrifice. Okay. So now we have infinite storm count, and that's win. I wish I can show my opponent that I have Grape Shot. That would be ideal. And this is lethal. GG's. Okay, so let's wrap it up real quick. So overall, I'm actually very pleased with the deck. Even though, I mean, even though we played unranked and we played against decks that aren't really up to par with the current meta, but you know, like we still had interactions. I mean, if you just think about it and simulate it in your head, Like even if opponent plays like bunch of cards that will threaten your life early, you have Strangle, 3 copies of Voltage Surge, and you also have Juari's Disruption. You're also playing one of the best card draws at the same time. And if you in this package, Racketeer Boss, Fae of Wishes, Brazen Borrower, Bone Crusher Giant, right? The fact that this can put treasures on both sides means that like your Bone Crusher Giant Stomp is now effectively 1 mana. Same with Brazen Borrower. And you can use Fae of Wishes as like early blocker as well. And then later on, even though we're playing 2 copies of Grapeshot, this is like, you can search for any card in your sideboard, right? So even if you don't have Grapeshot, if you have either Burgie up with Racketeer Boss, or if you have the Racketeer Boss up with 2 Racketeer Bosses on Ignis, right? Then suddenly you have infinite mana, so you can just go fetch all the cards in your sideboard to win the game that way. And the fact that when you attach Racketeer Boss, giving the text to the Ignis makes this combo incredibly hard to disrupt. And I think that's like there's something here, right? That is inherently broken. So like maybe with some fine tuning, maybe there's something here. This stuff here, like this package, I think this package is real. The adventure cards with Racketeer Boss, I think that's real for sure. Like you could maybe add like Lovestruck Beast instead of Birdgie to make this like a little bit more mid-rangey, and then you just top it off with combo on the side. Like that could also be a thing as well. You could maybe turn this into an adventure deck with Lucky Clover and stuff. Like with this. So I think there's some potential here. But yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you guys all later. Bye-bye.